Make sure your mic is on too. All right, my son Crush in the building. In the building, you heard One West News does. You understand?
Did you send that to me?
So yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna send it now. I'm gonna get it to you. It's better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the One West News Desk. I'll bring you your local, your national, and your international news. Is a lot we're going to cover today. It's going to be very extensive. Also, a lot that's pertaining to us and our liberation, of course, with this war and everything.
Right.
A lot in the news, though. A lot of news. This is the ISUPK. Started at 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York. We are under Commander in honor. We've been teaching this truth since '69 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? I'm your host, Captain Saparia, along with
Officer Mathum,
and we're gonna get into a couple of things just here in these. We can start with Gaza, and we didn't get a lot of news out of the Gaza Strip in a minute, right? It was so desolate. Everybody said, "Man, they didn't kill everybody down there."
That's what I thought.
But that's how bad things have gotten.
Right.
That's how bad things have gotten. You talking about hundreds of thousands of people pushed into a corner, hospitals obliterated, infrastructure obliterated, denying basic human necessities.
Yeah.
Food, water, medical care, and the list goes on. But this is what we got to recognize and understand. I know a lot of everybody knows already. This has always been the character of the oppressor. This has always been his character.
Right.
To be an unaliver. To be an unaliver, to be such a cruel person, a cruel society that they show no remorse for women and children and the sick and the elderly. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the reality. Any words on that?
Yeah, sort of like what we go through as a people, as the blacks and Hispanics. You understand? Mm-hmm. No water, no food, no housing. No incomes or anything like that. People out here just destroying you at their will. You understand? It's the same thing that we go through. It's like we always say, we are basically like a petri dish. You understand? Everything that they want to do out in the world, they start with us. If you look back at history, everything that's going on, especially with these wars and things like that, it's not new. Just like the scripture says, it's not new under the sun.
100%.
You understand? So they started with us, and once they perfected it with us, then they exposed it to the world, and that's basically what we watch right now.
Oh yeah, a lot of what Hitler was doing, he got that from America.
Yeah,
he was over there. They was over there studying their ways and how they dealt with the so-called Negro and the so-called Hispanic man and Native man. He utilized those practices on his counterpart.
Right.
Those Polish people that converted to Judaism.
Right.
Or what have you.
If you look at it too, right? Sometimes they say, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Look at what's happening to us now. We going back to old days when you had brothers and sisters hanging from trees. When you begin to change laws and white supremacy begins to be unmasked, you understand, and then begins to be unchecked, we're going right back to the very thing that we thought we fought out of.
Okay.
Understand? And really, the unalivings, the hangings, and things like that really never stopped.
Right.
It was just never reported. Now it's being reported. You understand? So we think that something started back up when it really never stopped.
Okay.
We really never had power in America or under the oppressor. You understand? So the things that are happening is only being brought to light. That's it. You understand? I yield, sir.
No, 100%. You're 100% right, man. In other words, the man of sin is being revealed.
Right.
He revealing himself or what have you.
How about that? That was
You got that article though.
kind of a concept.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out Alazar, we see you. Shout out Officer Bakar, we see you. All the officers in the building, understand. Officer Alazar, Officer Bakar. The water for checking in. Make sure everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and push these numbers up, man. Let's go. I'm gonna share this article with you, man. We're gonna see. Here we got Donald Trump again.
Right.
And Benjamin Netanyahu. Now this could be they propaganda game again.
Mm-hmm.
Give and take. They both play that game.
Right.
Benjamin say something on one hand, Trump goes against it. Trump say something on one hand, Netanyahu goes against it. But guess what's still continuing? The war. It's just like they're pretending like they're trying to make some progress on both sides, but it's all really a hamster wheel.
Right. And
within that hamster wheel is a war machine. Within the hamster wheel is a war machine, and around it is running off of propaganda, and they prolonging this, man.
Right.
But let's get this article here though.
Let me know when you're ready, sir.
Okay, we good to go.
Okay, this is Reuters. Trump's Gaza plan hinges on Hamas disarmament, Israeli withdrawal. It says Donald Trump latest plan to end Gaza war calls on Hamas to lay down its arms as Israel withdraws from the territory. Terms endorsed by the militants, but rejected by Israel, which says it will not pull back until the group's disarmament is complete. Now, can I
go, please?
Listen. Israel have a retreat. The whole thing is to get Hamas to go in and destroy Hamas and continue the pillaging that these people are used to. When you look at these people, and I'm talking about our oppressor period all the way across the board, when have they ever yielded the land that they've stolen? I mean, look at us here, right here in America. You understand? We gotta stop. We keep continuing to let the words of their mouth lull us to sleep. Say the words of his mouth are smoother than in his heart. That's what we have to understand, that no matter what they say from their mouth, if it pertains to us and it seems to be a good outcome for us, it can't be good, or is in their heart. They only want Hamas to disarm and to be disarmed so that they can go and continue the unaliving and pillaging.
Right.
You understand? That's it. It says, what is Trump's latest plan for Gaza? The U.S. president on July 30th hailed what he described as a breakthrough in talks to advance a 2025 ceasefire plan, saying Hamas other Gaza military accepted the 5th roadmap by his so-called board of peace to give up their weapons. I mean, think about, again, right? Anybody that gives up their weapons to a beast,
right,
is only subjecting themselves to the worst.
Right.
You understand? What did Henry Kissinger say? Henry Kissinger said, to be a friend of America. No, he said to be an enemy of America is dangerous, but to be a friend or an ally of America is fatal. No matter what side of the pen you're on dealing with America, it's fatal. And when I say America, I'm talking about Israel and America because they go hand in hand. You understand? For them to put down their arms, and I know they're smarter than that by now.
Right.
You can see the pattern. They've already seen the history. You understand? America and Israel does not have a good track record at all. You understand? And you have allies in NATO talking about the terrible track record of America. Mm-hmm. You understand? You have the what they call them, the
International Court.
International Court, but I'm talking about the allies that are in the Middle East. Now they making their own pact with each other,
right? Because
they realize that America never came to protect them, but to protect Israel, and not to really protect Israel, but to get a piece of the pie. Mm-hmm. That's it. At the expense, if need be, Israel, and Israel's the same at the expense of America. They're going to do what they have to do to get what they want. I yield, sir.
Everybody getting pulled into this slowly but surely. Everybody getting pulled into it. Qatar, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. You know, Iran hit a bunch of U.S. military bases all throughout the region. So,
right,
you know, this thing here ain't gonna be ain't no peace plan, man. Ain't no peace plan. It's a headline, some propaganda. Let me show the world about peace, but really, like you just mentioned, war's in his heart. They want land, oil, and control.
Right.
And they're gonna do whatever it takes for them to get it. They're gonna bomb. And this man is so arrogant. Both of these men at that.
Right.
Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump. They're so arrogant. And I don't think they really give a damn at this point. They're going to bring forth what's happening. This is the third war.
Yeah.
This is the third war, and everybody going to get down in this fight, man. But if y'all look upon this article here, you'll see Benjamin Netanyahu's arrogance, and all the other articles that we pull, you'll see Donald Trump's arrogance. It's just a hamster wheel of continual BS.
Yep.
And what we continue to see is this. What we will continue to see is bloodshed. We'll continue to see bloodshed. We'll continue to see terrorists. We'll continue to see, international turmoil at its highest level.
Right.
Which is going to lead to all-out war throughout the face of the earth. And then, inevitably, nuclear war. I mean, that's just facts. Want to get some more?
Come on, sir. It says that 2025 ceasefire plan has reduced violence, but failed to end Israeli attacks in Gaza or secure the militants' disarmament. Mm-hmm. Both the focus of the months of painstaking negotiation between the Board of Peace and Hamas in Cairo. The roadmap is meant to move the original plan forward, with Israel withdrawing from the territory and Gaza, devastated by 2 years of full-scale Israeli military assault, being rebuilt under a new U.S.-backed Palestinian technocratic government. What the hell is a technocratic?
They got all the terms they want to add, but all in all, they such a goddamn bastard. They such a, what's the word I'm looking for? They're invaders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They want every inch of land that they see in sight.
Again, right?
And this is just more propaganda.
Again, anything that says U.S. backed.
Mm-hmm.
If you agree to anything that says U.S. backed, if the U.S. has backed anything, that means the U.S. has the biggest piece of the pie, gets the biggest piece of the pie, no matter what. And then not only that, they also control the part of the pie that you eat. That's the whole point of U.S. aid. That's the whole point of the U.S. coming in, serving nations that are stricken with all of these earthquakes and different things like this. This is the opportunities that America takes to take over different countries. You understand? To put a foothold or to get a foothold into a country that at any otherwise they wouldn't be able to get into. Right. You understand? That's the way they got into Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Right. You understand? And they made it seem like Iran was the terror of the Middle East. That's how they got all of those military bases in the Middle East. Right. You understand? And that's because America is a deceitful nation. And I understand a lot of you people out there love America, but the veil needs to be pulled from your eyes so you can see the very nation that you love and what this nation really is. Mm-hmm. You understand? This nation is Sodom. This nation is what they call Babylon. You understand? This nation is the nation that the Most High is going to set aflame. 100%. You understand? I yield, sir.
Any more?
Colonel, sir. It says, what are the main points of the Gaza roadmap?
Hey, Shalom, Trooper just checked in. Trooper Kashabia.
Trooper Kasabia. Shalom, Lord Christ.
They're like button for us, man.
It says, what are the main points of the Gaza roadmap? The roadmap is with a meat operation in Gaza, according to text plan published by the Board of all militias, including Hamas.
Come on, man.
That'd be too great.
Look, listen, they start this along. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
On why to stay in the war,
right? Why
to stay in the fight? They did the same thing with Gaza. They're just gonna keep doing it until they get what they want. But this is what they don't recognize and understand with them. The Lord is going to get what He wants. You understand? These prophecies is being fulfilled.
So, like, sir, if I may,
go ahead.
I think we need to look this word technocratic up.
Go ahead, look it up when you get a chance.
I need to see.
But until then, I'll expand. But go ahead, you can copy and paste it. You want to find it real quick?
No, because I can remember that. It's in my mind.
Go ahead, you can find it real quick.
No. I won't finish. We're gonna finish reading.
But no,
we're gonna get that. Salaki, if I may, sir.
No sweat, you fine.
I mean, if you want me to look it up, I can look it up.
You can look it up. You can look it up now. We got time. I just want to elaborate why you do that though.
Come on, sir.
But all this is just propaganda, though. You're hearing the news. Is the what was we hearing prior to this? Are we reaching every week with them?
Right.
Oh, we in talks now. They cooperating with us. We in talks. We so close to a deal. After this weekend here, this next week, we're gonna have a deal. Deal this, deal that, deal this, deal that. And then what happens when they turn around? Well, they wasn't cooperating, and they gotta dismember. They don't wanna give up we gotta go in there and get the rich uranium, and it's always an excuse to continue to fight.
Right.
And just like Donald Trump was saying then, this is Benjamin Netanyahu saying it now. Oh, we gotta continue to fight because they gotta disarm, and we need them to do this. Listen, just say, but they can't outwardly say that they don't want to stop the war.
Right.
It's a bad look on us. So they got to have this propaganda game. They got to have this war of, you know what a narcissist does? It's very important for them to create a reality that puts their image above anybody else's.
Right. That's a narcissist.
And we can see that this is a false reality.
Right.
You're not trying to make a deal. You're not trying to do a ceasefire. You're not trying to withdraw troops. You want war. You want international conflict.
Right.
And that is exactly, you're getting exactly what you want, but you got to play the game. You got to play the pop. This is like a lot of people. Let's put it on the surface level real quick, Madame, until we get this definition right. On the surface level, look, I'll break it down to this, right? I bring you a one person that suffers from this mental illness of being a narcissist. They must control the narrative and the reality. So they'll lie, just like Benjamin Netanyahu's lying, just like Trump lying. They create a false reality of they're looking for peace. They calling this the peace plan.
Right. Right. But there hasn't been peace since they started it.
But wars is hard. I mean, we keep going back to that, right?
Exactly. Even the peace committee that they created has not pumped out any peace yet. Everything has been about war. And I think that was the best thing that they could have ever done, was change the Defense Department to the War Department.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because that's what America is about. Think about this, right? We so-called believe we're living in a civilization, right? But a civilization is a place where there is peace, where people know how to live amongst each other in harmony as it's supposed to be. You understand? But if you look at America, since America has been America, since our oppressor has been here, there has never been any times of peace. They've always been pillagers and murderers. You understand? Let's call it what it is. They've always been just what we're seeing right now. The whole span of World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War. You've had Cold Wars. You've had covert wars. You've had the Bay of Pigs. You understand, when they tried to go in and assassinate Fidel Castro over in Cuba.
Right.
You understand? That was back in 1957
right.
and something like that. You understand what I'm saying? There's never been a time of peace in America. Now, if you go back to the Roman Greco times, right? Rome has never been at a time of peace. There's never been a time of peace in Rome, whether it be Athens, whether it be Sparta, whether it be Greece, any of those places. These are not civilizations. These people have never known peace. Wherever they go, they take war with them. You understand? We have lived in peace. We understand what peace is. We understand where the true civilization is.
That's right.
You understand? Right now, it's veil being pulled from everybody's eyes. Never known a true civilization. I yield, sir.
Yeah, they people in power, politics, government, people in that world, they scream this utopia talk,
right?
Perfect society. And a lot of these uppity black folk that's in politics, they believe in the Constitution more than believe in the Bible,
right? Yeah.
More than they believe in God.
How about that?
They talking about they get God and Christian, that followers of Christ, but you so engulfed with American society, its politics and its ways, you don't even understand that you are the one with the mark of the beast.
Right.
You understand? I'm on the internet today, right?
Right.
And they got these Christians on the internet talking about Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man is demonic. You ever grown up in a Christian household?
Right.
Oh, everything's demonic.
Everything.
It's a homosexual on the pulpit.
Right.
And you're silent about a homosexual on the pulpit in the church.
Right.
You understand? You're silent about the uncle or the family member that's a sexual deviant.
Right.
That's a predator. That's not a demon.
That's demonic.
Is that not demonic? You're not saying, hey, you gotta stay away from them.
Right.
We gotta act. Oh, you talking about some goddamn cartoon. We're talking about a comic book.
Right.
We're talking about a children's comic book converted into a live action movie.
Right.
That's literally what it is. First it was a live action cartoons, comics into cartoons. Now this same comic book and cartoon is just being like, he's talking, oh, it's demonic and And
Right.
you can't be doing all. I mean, these Christians is out of their goddamn. I grew up with it.
Right.
It was something about, no, you can't watch Pokemon. I can't watch Dragon Ball Z. No, it's demonic.
Right. Listen, the real witchcraft is them believing in Christian.
Come on,
It's the witchcraft. That's demonic. You understand? When you believe in Christianity, when you believe in the God of your oppressor, that's witchcraft. That's demonic. You understand? You understand? And that's how you know those Christians are lost.
right?
You understand? We went down that wide path of destruction. They don't even realize they on that path of destruction. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They believe in that. You understand? We got to come together and we got to get along and all that. No matter what, what happens, we got to turn the other cheek. We still got to love them no matter what they did. You understand? Think about all of those families that Dylan Roof destroyed, and think about those people standing up there saying, "We forgive you. We still love you." You understand what I'm saying? Hey, listen, Christianity, what Commanding General Yohan always say, Christianity is a hell of a drug.
100%.
We hear people in the UPK say that all day, every day, and it's a hell of a drug. So bad that people come out and talk. Listen, we trying to bring our people back out of the fire, and they just come out to throw our people back into the fire, that Christianity, to bring that Christianity out. You understand?
Right.
Oh man, it's a terrible thing. I yield, sir.
Don't sweat, but no, these politicians, man, they fully engulfed.
Yeah.
In the society and his ways and his policies or what have you, and they don't even know how far gone they are.
Right.
But this right here. This is our Constitution right here. You know what I'm saying? The word of the Lord. You understand? This is how we supposed to live right here.
I gotta. Bye, sir.
No sweat. Any more, Uncle, though?
Come on, sir.
Or did you want to get that definition?
Yeah, we can read that definition. What I just did with it. God. Okay, go. Mm-hmm. Technocratic means ruled or managed by experts in science, technology, and economics rather than elected politicians. Understand something.
Go ahead.
What has America and Israel, MI6, the CIA, and what's that, Mossad done to Iran? They destroyed or they unalived their scientists, their technology experts, and their economic experts, most of them.
Look, where all these patents came from? Even the patent system,
right,
it stagnates the progression of technology in America.
Right.
And not only do you have that portion, but they ban technology from other countries.
Right.
Like we can be so more. We just talked about this the other day. So more technologically
behind.
As we can so advanced, but they playing the money game.
Right.
You should see the cars they have in Japan.
Oh yeah.
The phones, the infrastructure. A pothole can go wipe out 2 or 3 blocks. What do you call it when the whole ground goes? Sinkhole.
Sinkhole, yeah.
They feel that joint in 5 hours. Cars going up and down.
Right.
Talking about paint. Filled in, water main break fix. Asphalt on the top, paint.
Right.
5 hours later, cars is going. Traffic is
back to normal.
Now let that happen downtown. Not even downtown. You can say downtown because they're more attentive down there. It's gonna be a damn near year process to get that pothole filled.
I'm about to say, sir, we still hitting the same potholes after.
Yeah, listen, especially in Baltimore. I know your city too. Who watching? You learn the street.
Yeah,
you learn. It's so pothole be coming. Hold up, it's a pothole coming up. It's muscle memory.
You gonna have to get over in this other lane right here. Pothole coming up.
Every time you get on coming down Moravia, they get on 95. What everybody do? Swerve to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve to the right. Well, it's so many. Patapsco Avenue.
Oh,
ridiculous. It's a goddamn it's a skateboard ramp out that joint.
Listen,
What's another one?
I can't even remember when Patapsco wasn't stop. Let me say it right. I can't remember when Patapsco was
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hell,
I've been ducking
truck.
them potholes since I had my 1990 Cavalier.
Come on, man.
I've been coming up Patapsco, playing out Cherry Hill and all of that. That strip right there always been like that, especially
dangerous.
When you get just across that bridge.
Yep.
You come just across that bridge, everything go to hell right there.
Coming up, yeah. Going into Brooklyn,
right?
Going into
yep.
Across that bridge, you better come into Brooklyn.
Yep.
Or going back, right there, the whole area is nothing but ramps. You understand?
And they was just actually talking about how America got all of this money for wars, but won't fix its own infrastructure. Mm-hmm. This is why you got bridges falling apart. You understand? You seeing bridges just rusting out. Think about this. Japan. You just talked about Japan, right? When it snows in Japan, they get this little sprinkler system that come up and toss the ice on the street.
Mm-hmm. Heated streets.
You just said the technology, so how far we are behind in technology, but Japan got this in their streets. Just like you said, even the phones they got to match the iPhones is so far
you get
ahead of them.
You'll get laughed at if you got an iPhone over there. You get laughed at.
What is that?
Right.
You know? I mean, think about it, right? I mean, even they talked about even the electric car that they got. It's way better than Tesla car. Super advanced. Not only that, it costs half the price. Mm-hmm. And this is the reason why Trump put 100% tariff on them to come over here. So it makes sense for you to buy a Tesla as opposed to one of those Japanese cars. That's 100%. Why they refuse to let them come over here.
100%. Babylon is falling, man.
Yeah.
And they doing everything in their power to stay relevant. That's why that's why the oil's so important.
Yeah.
That's their last stronghold is that oil. And then they didn't screw Donald Trump. and then Donald Trump and then messed the money up.
Yep.
Now they got the whole and they got the Strait of Hamas, and the Red Sea and all other ports is being controlled by the Houthis. So what do you got now? You in trouble.
They just asked them though. They asked that even the analysts are asking before y'all went into this war, y'all didn't think they was going because listen, the Straits of Hormuz is a natural transport lane, right? And everybody knows that 20% of the global oil comes through that. Not just making it 20%, but some of the most important oil comes through that strait right there. If you go to war with Iran or any of the nations, even Oman that's on the other side, you go to war with them and they shut that down, that cripples the economy. Now you beat them, you made it so bad that who was that shut the Red Sea down? That was
the Houthis.
The Houthis shut down the Red Sea. So now that makes it even worse. They said that America only has about 4 more weeks of reserves left. So by the time this is August, right? So by the time September, that's the middle of September toward the end of September comes, all hell's going to break loose if nothing is open because price is going to skyrocket.
Right.
Price is going to skyrocket on oil. And think about this, right? Not only is the oil not coming through, but the fertilizer is not coming through. Mm-hmm. The fertilizer that they're using for the food and the crops.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is it the oil, but you got food that's going to be affected. You understand? And I don't know if anybody else knows this, but I keep telling me and my red went and got we got Crisco about 3 months ago from the supermarket. And
right.
Crisco
you told me about that.
It kept fuzzing up. No matter what I did, I messed up a whole batch of chicken and French fries. Messed it up. It kept foaming up. We kept trying. Yes, but the only good thing was that we had so much that I rinsed all of that stuff off of the chicken and I just baked it.
Right.
But we did 2 batches of chicken that it kept foaming up. Now, mind you, this is new fresh oil. So
Mhm.
now you got to worry about they putting cut on oil.
50%, 15% ethanol.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna tell y'all now. Ours, you better go 89 or what's the other one? 93.
yeah, that
High act.
High
Do not
octane.
get the regular.
Yeah.
My joint started to make some funny noise. I put that regular in. I put the I started putting 89 in instead.
Right.
I don't know if it was it's like ish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cut so now you got a 15% cut now. You know, you in trouble.
And another thing, Salak, if I may, sir, another thing that you don't want to do is start putting all of these additives into your vehicle because they cutting that stuff too. You understand? All of those, you know, that gas cleaner that you put in to get all of the additives out or the water out and all of that type of stuff.
Right.
You're putting cut on all of that stuff. So none of that stuff is good. You understand? You gotta put, just like you said, you gotta put quality gas in your car now. And not only that, you have to get your vehicle serviced regular.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it serviced regularly and you got to put that quality gas in it, what's going to happen?
You're in
is going
trouble.
to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened to our vehicle.
Possibly.
I really be cheap gas on that.
Possibly it could be, but
I
they say that newer models can take it, but you talking about an engine block is an engine block. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we even talking about here?
Right. Yep. And and listen, not only that, it's a ploy too. This is the what do they call it? This is the allure to getting an electric vehicle.
That's
helping out Elon Musk.
And they behind, but listen, not only that, they behind on that.
Yeah.
We think Elon Musk got the top of that. Listen, he ain't touching nothing they got over there in China.
Right.
Over there, China and Japan and them Asian countries or whatever.
Right.
Now, not only that, but the just the East in general, but they're so greedy.
You got that monopoly. Like they created a monopoly.
Exactly. Only these cars can be sold.
Yep.
Ford, Chevy, Tesla, and the list goes on whatever that's over here, and all this technology that's far advanced. And we talking about luxury.
Yep.
I mean, top of the line leather, technology in the car. I seen a car over there that jumps. I seen a car. It was a carbon fiber race car, something like that. It was like it can move side to side like this, like a mouse.
Yeah.
All of that, the whole nine, and it can jump.
Right.
Listen, and it's cheaper, man. Everything's cheap over there.
Well, see,
and cheap don't mean it's going to break, but I should say the better word is affordable.
Right.
You can't get a luxury vehicle over here for $40,000. You can't. It's impossible. Now, I mean, back maybe like 20 years ago, you can get a luxury vehicle for $40,000, but now you got to double that, damn near triple that. You talking about 120,
right?
You know what I mean? Numbers are ridiculous, and now the interest rate. I mean, it's just extortion at this point. Babylon is absolutely and truly is falling, man. And we can't get caught up in the propaganda.
Right.
This war is going to continue. Is going to be drawn out, man. Are you?
Yeah. And just like we were saying too, right? This is it's a monopoly. You got America flanked by two oceans, the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean. If you look at the map, everybody else is clustered together over there. You understand what I'm saying? And America is in the secluded place where they can control everything that comes in and goes out. You understand? It's not like we got a land border where they can sneak stuff across. You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't work like that. You understand? And this is the reason why America has a monopoly. This is the reason why a lot of things that go on in a lot of these other countries, we don't find out until years later, because America controls what goes in and what. You understand? Even down to what we hear. When you can control the internet, you can control the radio, when you can control all the news stations, you are controlled as people. This is what, listen, this is a covert slave nation. You understand? I ain't talking just us blacks, Hispanics, Native. Anybody that lives in America, you are a slave to America. You understand? This is why you got so many people live in the spirit of America. I yield, sir.
That's what. You want to get a little bit more on this, or you want to move to the next one? We've been on this for a while.
Yeah, it's on you, sir.
You want to get in that Lindsay Clancy, the white mother?
You gonna send that to me? You can send that to me.
I got to bear with me 1 second, but of course y'all seen it. And you know what's outlandish about this this headline here, Lindsay. You got a lot of women online, especially white women.
Mm-hmm.
They defending the murderer
of a 6-month-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-year-old. She unalived a 6-month-old, who has no control over anything, a 2-year-old, for that matter, a 5. Listen, what can a 5-year-old do? And then what is she trying to claim? She's trying to claim insanity. You understand? This is what they always claim. You understand? This is what they always claim. And when it comes to an oppressor, America sympathizes with an oppressor. You understand? Listen, this is a beast of a people. They don't understand anything unless it comes down to their own. You understand? And what the scriptures say, every beast loveth his like. You understand? And because they love themselves so much, this is the reason why we need to pull our love away from them. We need to start pouring our love into each other. You understand? We show too much love. Every time something happens, why is it blacks and Hispanics on the front line for everybody's cause? Blacks and Hispanics on the front line for everybody's cause. Let me ask you this. How many other nations of people on the front line for Nolan Wells? We standing up for everybody, but nobody stands up for us. We talked about this last week. I talked about this in class last week. We are the only nation of people that don't realize we being silently boycotted by every other nation on this planet. We stand for everybody, but nobody stands for us. When that thing happened with George Floyd, who stood with us?
Right.
Nobody. But as soon as them Asians got hurt, how many blacks and Hispanic faces did you see out there? You seen hundreds of them. We stand for everybody's cause because we believe if we stand for their cause, they're going to stand with us.
Right.
But they never do. If that be the case, look at what's happening with voting, with the voting rights. That's being taken away, even though it really didn't matter.
Right.
But something that you thought was sacred is being taken right from you. The morsel of bread is being snatched from your mouth.
Mm.
And nobody standing. Why? First off, think Africans don't stand to vote. We are the only ones that believing is going to help us.
We're in the neck of thine enemy.
In the neck of thine enemy.
So we so engulfed, so saturated with the idea of the American way.
Of the American way.
That we've been fooled. We've been fooled, man.
Let's say hoodwinked. Listen, we fall for everything. Standing for the right thing, stand with this ISUPK under command. This is what we should stand for. We keep running into these little Christian groups and Christian organizations. We keep allowing these politicians to come up into these churches and talk out people into voting for them. And as soon as they get in, they do nothing for people. They do nothing for the black people. I got, this is the question I got, sir. I don't know if you remember that it was about a year. I can't even say a year, about 2 or 3 years ago. Who was the sister that was looking for votes? So she was out on the beach standing on her head twerking. You remember that? Was it trying to get elected at the time? Remember, she only been for almost 3 years now.
Was it Crockett?
I believe it might have been.
I won't be surprised if it was.
You remember though?
So I remember somebody
that was out there twerking, saying "Vote for me." She stood on her head and started twerking. Man, I'm glad to say every black face that you see, whether it be a congressman or a senator, because these are the ones who control the laws of America. Those black faces in them high places. Ask yourself right now, what has those people done for us? All the way from Thurgood Marshall, all the way to Clarence Thomas. Somebody explain to me, what have they done for us since they've been in there? Listen, I already know what they've done for Asians. I already know it's an Asian hate law. Check this out, because we see this every week. I already know what they've done for Arab. They own all the hip hop. We already know they've done for Africans. They damn near got all of the gas stations along with the Somalians and all of that. I never see them standing in line I never see them breaking in to vote. Those cases that we got, those. Just tell me, what have they done for us?
Right.
I yield, sir.
So this is the next case. This next article is want to dive into the Lindsay Clancy case, and just a little overhead on this here, right?
Right.
She murdered her kids with exercise bands, strangled them to death. She admitted it, and that's that. Now they're in court trying to prove her case, sanity case. That's her defense. So instead of going to the rest of her life, she'll be going to a mental psych ward for a prison psych ward. That's her defense right now. But the narrative and the conspiracy is it's all the father's fault. That's all you see on. It's the father's fault. It's the psychiatrist's fault. It's the therapist's fault. That's what they're claiming.
Right.
Let's get this article.
This is a CNN article. It says Lindsay Clancy hasn't taken a stand, but she's spoken volumes at her murder trial. Lindsay Clancy has not taken a stand, but the Massachusetts mother accused of killing her 3 children communicated in multiple ways at her murder trial this week. She vocally answered the judge's questions about a legal issue. Her first audible words in the trial. She sobbed and shook during difficult testimony about the autopsy of her infant son and her diary entries about her parenting stresses and postpartum issues were read aloud in court. You want to elaborate?
No, you got it.
Listen, when our sisters go through postpartum, they call that not an issue. They don't give us the benefit of that. You understand what I'm saying? They believe that we don't feel any kind of pain. You understand? Any kind of anguish. You understand? But when it comes to their own, they bring out every small issue and they make the small issues look bigger than what they are. You understand? Shaking during the testimony of her infant son's autopsy.
Right.
You understand? They make it, they give you a visualization of a what do they call it, sir? Salakia.
Scenario.
No. What do they call somebody who's just who can't protect themselves? You know, they make her look so
like the victim,
like a victim. There we go. They make it. They give you a visualization as though she's a victim, when in fact she was the victimizer. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back.
She was the monster, but white woman had somebody else's fault. That's the defense,
Right?
And that's the narrative and the theory that's going on TikTok and all abroad. Is ridiculous. It's gross. Actually, we talk, and nobody even cares about the children.
Right.
Anybody defending Lindsay needs to be psychologically evaluated.
Right.
Needs to be psychologically evaluated, just like she need to be in a damn cycle. You know what I mean? Does postpartum happen? Yes. Do people have mental health issues? Yes. This bug in your mind, hate all men, it has to be the man's fault.
Right.
Believe all women. You don't believe her when she says she did it.
Right.
What the hell are you even talking about?
She could have done that.
Right. No, you don't mean that.
You know,
They saying Patrick Clancy confession made her believe she did it.
Right.
People was looking at this like some type of true crime novel.
Right.
Or what's the Lifetime show? This is real life. A persecutor filed these charges. Is real life. This is not your novel romanticizing these type of theories or what have you.
Right.
Got a murder on your hands here. Go ahead.
It says together, Clancy's vocal, physical, and written messages offer key insight into her second week of her 3 counts of murder in the killings of her children, Cora, 5, Dawson, 3, and Colin, 8 months.
Hey, youngest 8 months.
Oh, you did take. You know what kind of beast take unalive? It takes a beast on a baby, 8 months. So a baby who has no idea. You understand? I'm saying. Defensive, right? You can't even defend yourself. I mean, you can rap, right? You can throat, and they don't even have the sense to pull your hands off. That's, you understand that? I mean, come on now. This is a beast we talking about. Plymouth, Massachusetts also testified about her mental health status before and after the killings. Her physical injuries from her suicide attempt and her attempted suicide, but it didn't work. She's still here. The babies are gone, but she's still here. Did she take any poison? You understand? I mean, she 8-month-old. You understand? It says prosecutors urge Clancy, 35, acted intentionally, rationally, and swiftly when she fed and strangled her 3 children at their Duxbury home. Argue she was in the midst of a psychotic episode stemming from postpartum mental illness.
Right. No, that's the defense.
That's the defense.
That's the defense. Now this is I'm running the thing, but I'm like, I'm seeing the Shalom on Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
I'm looking at the the comments and everything, right? This is my theory, right? She admitted yes, but don't turn a corner here and say and try to draw a narrative like
Right.
they did, and they had the attorneys was ripping the psychiatrist. I don't know, it was either psychiatrist or a therapist,
Right.
whatever. They was talking about the prescriptions that she was getting or what have you.
Right.
The problem is, the theories is she didn't do it or what have you. Everybody else is doing it.
Right.
You need to take a good look at yourself because you have a problem. Even you're living through this story. You inserted yourself in the story. You are not capable of should tell this person through the end that didn't murder her children.
Right.
That's how much you don't want to take accountability for your actions. You see how it works?
Yeah.
At some point, these women are taking accountability. Shit, I'm not going to look at you. Did you do any wrong? Come on, man.
So, like, if I may, sir, we in that climate anyway, where basically women can't know. You understand? Think about it, and this is especially in our arena. And I say our, I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics, right?
Uh-huh.
When it comes to our women, especially when women are single parents, when a single mother has terrible children, they always blame it on the father. The father's not there. But if that child turns out to be something great, then they give the greatness to the mother. No matter how it goes, the mother gets the father gets the short end of the stick, and the mother gets the benefit of the doubt. So if everything turns out good, it's because she was a great mother. If everything turns out terrible, it's because the father wasn't there. The father didn't help. You understand? At some point in time, you got to come to a conclusion. When kids do bad under single parents, it's the parent. Sometimes, at some point in time, you can't keep blaming the father. You have to make these women stand up and own up to their mistakes.
Uh-huh.
You understand? And that's the issue that we're looking at right here. When you're a defense attorney and you're defending someone who actually did it, and you want to make it believe that, oh, it was the psychiatrist. Oh, is it because the father wasn't there? You understand what I'm saying? This is the narrative, and this is the climate that we live in today, where a woman can do no wrong, no matter what. Now, I don't care what you say. If you can wrap your hands around a baby's throat, you guilty as all outdoors.
Exactly, 100%. 100%. And also, the defense attorney was ripping into the psychiatrist like the medicine is the problem.
Right.
The medicine works.
Right.
Like you're not gonna. You want to convince a jury that because she's been prescribed all of these psych medications, that the psych medications made her crazy?
Right.
Like an overdiagnosis, what's the overdoses of a psych medication,
right,
is not going to drive you to kill your children.
Right.
Like, what are we even talking about here? But the inability to, well, that's their defense or what have you. But other women, everybody outside looking in, they inserting themselves into this trial.
Right.
Those same women or people, I'm sure, has a issue or a problem with accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability themselves.
Always. Especially, listen, even when we talk to our ribs, right? and you bring up women issues, women take offense to when you bring up women issues. You know why? Because of the climate that we're living in, where women are not being held accountable for the things that they do. Now, let's get back to this beast right here, right? Here we go with this again. We have to also understand that this is in them to do exactly what they're doing. Listen, the scriptures ask us, who can make that straight, which I have made crooked. They have been made to be like this. It's in their DNA to do these things like this. You understand? It's a struggle for them not to do it. It's a struggle for them not to unalive each other. Listen, we're not just being unalive just because. We're being unalive because we're around them. When you're around them, instead of them unaliving their kids, I'm going to unalive yours. Or I'm going to unalive you. When they are amongst their own, they unalive each other. Listen, understand something, right? Mass shootings all the way up until a year ago was anybody who goes into a crowd of people and unalives people, just because. Not a person who's shooting at somebody and makes a mistake, which is the dumb stuff we do. You understand? Because we get it from our oppressor. But when you intentionally...
And even that's amplified.
And even that's amplified. Exactly. But when you go into a hotel room with 1,000 rounds of ammo,
right,
7 guns, you get a window where a crowd of people is having a concert.
Right. And you know none of them.
But you just want to unalive. And he said he would have did better if he would have had tracers, because he could have seen where his bullets was going. You understand what I'm saying? That's a mass shooter. But to incorporate us and to blend us in,
a drive-by is a personal beef.
Exactly. That's not a mass shooting. That's something personal. You understand? We understand that. You understand?
Anybody can, but we're not going to fall for the propaganda. Come on, Madame. You aiming for you're not aiming right, of course.
Right.
You don't know how to shoot. That's a whole other thing.
Right.
But it's so common that we laughing at it. I mean, goddamn. But that's a targeted attack.
That's
from a personal beef. They are literally clinically insane.
Right.
They don't know. He knew nobody in that crowd. He didn't know. Dylan didn't know nobody in that church.
Right.
And the list goes on.
Just like the dude that came up into the Buffalo supermarket.
Come on.
He didn't know nobody in that supermarket.
In Buffalo, New York, right?
He came up in New York. He came back and unalived people just cause. That's a mass shooting, because they indiscriminately unalive people just cause. I felt like it. I saw it on TV, so I did it just cause. Just like Cap said, ain't nobody blaming
the psychiatrists for them.
Right, exactly.
Oh, man, the doctors didn't fail them. With the community failed them. Where was the fathers at? They got there's no excuses for this. Why is that? Right.
Yep.
How society just is, And why is this allowed? Go ahead.
They creating all of these laws. Think about this too, right? They create
this is the last article too.
All kinds of laws and everything like that. You understand? And helping their people get off. Just like this right here. It's no way this would have flew with a system. No way. You understand? Well, we can't allow you to go out on that because we understand that. You understand? Yeah, you were taking medication, but your medication is not going to do that. You understand? We understand postpartum, but postpartum, it's a different scale. We talked about it last week. Remember, we talked about it last week. Justice is blind when it comes to the oppressor, but when it comes to us, justice ain't got no blindfold on. Justice looking right at you. He guilty.
No
you understand?
Scales of justice.
The scales of justice, right?
And what the scriptures say on that? A false balance.
Oh, The false balance
is an abomination.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those scales of justice are not
balanced.
Not balanced. They're not zeroed in. They're not calibrated.
Right. How about that? Yep.
Now they got to use the tears of a white woman. Now you want to forgive this a child murder.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to rip. I mean, that's his job to rip into the. He's the defense lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna rip into the psychiatrist, and he got these goddamn white woman off a box of wine on the internet talking about set her free.
Right.
Talking about this and you know they're a bunch of winos.
Set her free and let her babysit your kids.
Right. But I gotta run on that though. Any closing remarks though? And my closing remark is the white man is the devil. Yeah. You know, he's the oppressor. You talking about the French, the conquistador, the Spaniard. You know, and the list goes on or what have you. This world is coming to an end. We are at the end. You know what I'm saying? Babylon is falling. Continue to follow us here at ISUPK.com. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be back here next week. Lord Allah, weather permit. You understand? With that, Shalom Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're